As we just mentioned, the coalition has offered the government an olive branch despite mounting pressure and more parliamentary members being drawn into the travel expenses saga. Opposition leader Sussan Ley writing a letter to Prime Minister Anthony Albanese calling for bipartisan reform on family reunion loopholes, allowing for exorbitant spending on the taxpayers' behalf. Let's speak live now to LNP MP Garth Hamilton. Good morning to you, Mr Hamilton. Thanks for your time here on Sky News today. What have you made of what we've seen and heard about this expenses scandal so far?
Well, the message coming back from our community is very clear. They want to see us review this. There's clearly been some use of these expenses that have been unreasonable, that have been in excess. They want that reviewed. And I think they also want us to know that they're watching and they expect us to tighten our belts.
Has this been a controversy long time coming, you think?
Look, I think so. And clearly from some of the reports coming back, there's been very different approaches to how expenses have been used. Where they've been used in excess, this clearly isn't the first time that that's happened.
Do you think the voters are particularly sensitive to this subject because of the cost of living crisis?
We've been talking about this for a couple of years now, and now that we've got the threat of inflation creeping back up again, I think households are having to tighten their belt. So this news couldn't have come at a worse time in terms of the government trying to get other messages through. But this is across all politics and something that we all should be responding to together. I think Sussan Ley's done a very sensible thing in reaching out to Mr Albanese. There should be a bipartisan approach to dealing with this. We should be getting on top of this straight away.
He's gone to the independent watchdog. Isn't that fair enough?
Well, look, I think it's great, but they're already in place. The independent watchdog already run audits on this. I've been audited myself. They do their job already according to rules that are set. So they're doing their job. This is about setting those rules, and that's up to us, and we can make these decisions and we can step in and do that. And I think it's right for the Prime Minister to hear what the community is saying, particularly about some of his ministers. There's some some travel there that's clearly important work of a minister to do, and there's some questions around how far family reunion expenses should go. I think it'd be right to work together to get that resolved.
Is any of the criticism unfair? Because, you guys as elected representatives get hammered over the head enough by the likes of me and others in the media when you get things wrong. And yet you're being told that you shouldn't be paid more because people are worried about, the optics of it. And that when you do, put in reasonable requests for expenses, that sometimes that can attract undue attention. If we as the public want the best calibre of elected representatives, isn't these sorts of perks sort of part of the job to attract the best?
Well, you can have that argument. I think if you're in this game for pay, if this is your highest paid job, you're probably in the wrong gig. All of that may well be right, but so is the scrutiny. And we should accept the scrutiny. And when we hear very clearly from the public that they would like us to review the position that we're in, I think we should listen to that. It's important, first and foremost, the Australian people have confidence in their elected officials. This is something that they're seeking for us to make a change on.
Well, what are your colleagues saying? Is this a discussion point in Canberra?
Oh, very much so. I mean, we're very aware of it. I can assure you every politician around the country will have heard back from their constituents as they walk down the street or open their email box. People are very concerned about this, and I think it's quite right they are.
OK. Garth Hamilton, really appreciate your time this morning. Thank you.